Before I unveil my hottest takes for the Broncos in 2022, I want you guys to light up the comment section like my good friend Screamin' A, not even Stephen A, Screamin' A, and let me know what your hottest takes are for Denver in 2022. Today's Broncos Breakdown is presented to you by Aura, which is an all-in-one digital safety company that keeps not only your wallet, but your identity secure while you are online. Start that 14-day free trial today at aura.com/chatsports. I've got the link in the comments and the description of today's show. We'll tell you more about their awesome features later on. But let's get into some of my hot takes for the Broncos in 2022. We're going to have a little fun here on today's show. There's not a ton out there right now, so I thought it'd be fun just to cook up some 3 scalding, blistering, white-hot takes for the Broncos. I know, just get the extinguisher out here because we're going to have some fun. Don't take it super seriously unless you agree. Then take it seriously. But if you disagree, that's where you pivot and you go, well, it's scolding hot takes, Matthew. How could we really take this all that seriously? But hey, I was watching NFL TV, NFL channel today, and had a countdown till training camp. So it got me thinking, who's ready for some football, right? Who's ready for padded practices for real football? Carrie Underwood, Sunday Night Football. I'm talking. If you are, like this video to start today's show. Let's just get some good football mojo out in the universe. All right, my first hot take. Jerry Jeudy is the #1 wide receiver in the AFC West for 2020. I know, sting, it is hot because we haven't seen him look like he's a #1 receiver, maybe even on his own team at times. But I'm going to expand it to the entire division. Let's call a spade a spade. He has had a slow start to his career. Things that are out of his control, right? The ankle injury early to start 2021. Poor quarterback play, to put it lightly, back in his rookie season in 2020. But I think with Russell Wilson, anyone is going to have a great season. But Jeudy really could take off and be a superstar with Russ under center. Look back at the stats here through his first 2 seasons. There was the drop-off last season. Of course, the high ankle sprain. He came back and he played through it. Probably wasn't even close to 100%, but shout out to him and props to him for trying to get back on the gridiron and show up for his team and do his best. But if I had to project what Jeudy could do in 2022, how does this look to everyone? 115 targets, 85 receptions, 1,200-ish yards, 9 touchdowns. Somewhere in that range. I think that's a pretty, decent ballpark right there. Now let's look at the entire AFC West right now for a second, because there are some good receivers in here, but there is a notable name that is missing, right? We all know who I'm talking about here. There is no Tyreek Hill, but you do have Davante Adams, you have Juju Smith-Schuster, and Keenan Allen, so it makes sense that it would be tough to believe that you could see someone like Jerry Jeudy being the #1 wide receiver in the division, all right? Especially when you look at Davante Adams, right? But here's my question for everyone. What will Davante Adams look like without Aaron Rodgers? And he's hanging out in Vegas. And in my opinion, we have seen players come to Vegas as almost like a half retirement sort of, right? Where they're like, why not party in Vegas for the last couple of years of my career? We'll play some football on Sundays and we'll see if we get a win or not. I think there is a certain level of drop-off in terms of dedicated interests. And that's kind of harsh, but there is something to when you play in Vegas, you kind of get maybe swept up in the Sin City and the Strip and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see what Adams is like post-Aaron Rodgers with Derek Carr, and not in the frozen tundra where there's absolutely nothing to do except for play football, so you might as well try your best compared to in Vegas. But let's play a quick game here. Over or under time? Over or under 1,000 yards for Jerry Jeudy this season? It would be the first time he would have eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark in his young career. Let me know, O for over or U for under. I want to tell everyone watching about today's awesome and our proud sponsor, Aura. We shop, we bank, we work, we do everything online, all right? We are more online than ever before. From our identity to our credit cards, debit cards, you name it, it's out there. So you need to keep it secure, and that's where Aura steps in. They're going to make sure no hacksters or no data leaks have your information vulnerable to the people out there that can do some bad stuff with it. So start that 14-day free trial right now, Broncos Country, at aura.com/chatsports. I'll help you out. You don't have to memorize that link. It's in the comments and the description of today's show. Moving on to my second scalding hot take. Bradley Chubb has a career season. I know. Call 911 because we have a fire to extinguish after this. But what we've seen from Chubb so far, early in his career, we're like, yep, that was worth a 5th overall pick, 12 sacks, set the Broncos rookie record for sacks in the season, opposite Von Miller. This is going to be an awesome duo. And then 2019-2020 was just injury-plagued seasons for Chubb and Miller. Neither player being on the field neither time both players were on the same field all that much. Last year, the ankle injury just caught up to Chubb. I know I've doubted Bradley Chubb before, and I've talked about maybe looking into trading Bradley Chubb. But listen, if Bradley Chubb can go out there and just blow out that 12-sack season he had back in 2018 and get a second contract with the Broncos, I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to eat my words, and you guys can all throw tomatoes and boo me in the comments section. But we haven't seen it quite yet. But I think it's pretty hot take to say he could go out this year and say 13 sacks, right? Kind of just barely eclipse that 12-sack season back in 2018. So those are my stat projections for Chubb this upcoming season under my hot take machine right now. But let's have you guys be George Payton, all right? Try to predict this for me. Will Bradley Chubb get a second contract with the Broncos in 2023, after this season? Y for yes or N for no. Well, you're down there in the comment section letting me know. Make sure you also subscribe to the channel because there is no other Broncos YouTube channel out there that is putting more news and rumors coverage so that you guys stay informed and entertained all at once. You don't even have to smash the sub button. You can just tap it, prick it, whatever you want to do. Just make sure, flick it even, all right? But that sounded a little weird. But whatever you do, make sure you're locked in for the best Broncos coverage out there. Third and final hot take, and maybe the reason why you clicked on today's show. Russell Wilson outperforms Patrick Mahomes in 2022. I know. Producer Jeremy basically just left the studio right now from seeing this, all right? I should be medicated and put in a home for the idea of someone outdoing Patrick Mahomes, although it's quietly been done lately. And this is not saying Patrick Mahomes sucks, all right? I'm not that delusional at all. He's a very good quarterback. We know that. We don't have to, kiss his feet anymore. But what will Patrick Mahomes look like with no Tyreek Hill and an aging Travis Kelce? I think that's a fair point to make. This new core it's not quite new, but still, Tyreek Hill was a crucial part of what they were doing in Kansas City. So now that you don't have him, and Kelce sure is still a top tight end in the NFL, but I like to think every year that gets a little older, he starts to drop off a little bit, although it hasn't really looked like that. But still, this could be the season where you start to see that decline from him. Let's just compare toe-to-toe the top weapons for both these teams, all right? Javonte Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton, and Tim Patrick for the Broncos. All right, you stack that up with what Kansas City has. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Mecole Hardman. I take the first option. I'd rather have Williams over CEH, right? Can we all agree that's probably a better decision? Tight end-wise, absolutely goes to Kansas City. But receiver-wise, Jeudy, Sutton, and Patrick over Juju and Hardman and maybe Sky Moore? No. I'm taking the Broncos' overall core way over Kansas City any day of the week. But if you hate the Chiefs, which of course we do, spam FKC down in the comment section below. How can you not hate this team? All right. So one last time, let's just kind of wrap up by looking over my 3 hottest takes, and then I'll have you guys weigh in on this one and let me know what take you thought was the hottest, all right? Was it, say, Jerry Jeudy being the top wide receiver in the AFC West? Bradley Chubb having a career season for the Broncos, or Russell Wilson outperforming Patrick Mahomes? What was the hottest take? Let me know in the comment section. 1, 2, or 3. 1 for Jeudy, 2 for Chubb, 3 for Russ. Which one was just scolding hot in your opinion? Before we wrap up today's show, I just want to give some quick shout-outs to some people who are lighting up the comment section of recent videos. So I appreciate you, Ramon, Jason, Duke, you're always in there, and you're part of the Noti gang. Had those notifications on, you can get shout-outs for being one of the first commenters. Jerome, Chris, I appreciate all of you guys for making us a part of your day. Make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/Broncos TV, or you can just click that sub button. And if you don't need more reasons to subscribe, how about this? Broncos Country. Let's ride.